So being able to talk about your design with other people is important. Being able to communicate the image that you have in your head to somebody else is important. We talk about 3D orthographic drawings, and really they're not the drawings that you would use to try to explain something to somebody else. The 3D orthographic drawing is more what you would use as a working plan to make something. Okay? So what type of drawings are we using to explain ideas to other people? Well, probably the easiest one to draw, and the easiest one to use to explain ideas to other people is called an oblique. So an oblique is a three-dimensional drawing that's going to sit flat on the page, and it's going to go back at a 45-degree angle. And it's one that I think we all, when I draw it for you here, we're all going to recognize. So if we had a cube, to draw it three-dimensionally, we would kind of envision like a light source here and a shadow being cast back in this direction. All those are at the same angle and they're all the same length, and we close them up. And then we have a three-dimensional box. So this is sitting flat on the page, then goes back at a 45-degree angle. This is probably a little bit shy at 45 degrees. It's probably more like 40 or 35 degrees. So it's a little bit different than they're going to look when we put them on graph paper, but it's still an oblique. So let's go to a drawing that we've seen before. We used a couple different views here as our front view. So I'm just going to draw two-dimensional views of this. So I have this view right here. We made this 2, 3, 2, 4, 1. And then this view here in class we did 4, 5, right? And this was dead center, so 2.5. So let's draw this, and we'll use both of these views to create an oblique drawing. It won't matter which one you do. But we always start off with a view that tells a lot about the shape, and 3D orthographics, if you recall, what that was called front view. So let's draw first an oblique drawing using this as our front view. So we went over 5, 4, and then dead center would be 2.5, 2. Now from this corner here, it goes up like this. This corner is this corner, so we have to go 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From this corner we go over 2, and we skip 3 blocks, we go over 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. We'll bring that down. From this corner, it's the same thing. 2, skip 3, 2, and draw that across. Came down 1 block, 1 block, 1 block. Connected those. And they are corner draw. When we go at a 45-degree angle through these blocks, and I'm not sure if you noticed there when I was doing it or not, but if I were to come from here and go at a 45-degree angle, I'm going to go bisecting each one of these cubes, each one of these squares. So right where that crosshair is where my line has to go through to create a 45-degree angle. same drill I'm using this one. I start off at the bottom going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My height is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. From this corner, which is this corner here, I don't have the luxury of just going straight back there, because if we look at this, I don't have a line that goes across. This corner here, I do. So from here, I'm going to go over 5 blocks. One thing I think you're noticing also is that when I go off at my 45, it distorts the ratios that we're looking at here. And the reason is because our hypotenuse is going to be longer than our legs. Saying the same thing differently, I would say, if I go 3 blocks this way, and 3 blocks through the angle there, the hypotenuse is noticeably longer, much longer. That's why it distorts what our scale is. And you can always change it to make it look better, but I'm not changing it right now. Okay, so that's this line here that's true. Then I'm going to come down my 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm not even going to finish that until I finish more of this drawing here. This corner here, come across 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This corner here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close those up. Now last is I want to draw this. I'm going to give myself an imaginary line through those 45s. So I want to find the center of this rectangle and find out where that point is. It's 5 by 4. So I'm going to go over 1, 2 and a half. Then I'll go up 1, 2. That's that drawing. That 5 on the hypotenuse really stretches out the width of this. With the graph paper that you have at home, try to draw one of these. Pause the video and try to draw either the first one we did or the second one we did. In class, we're going to be going over these and you're going to be drawing these with the wooden block.